Okay. So if you're given a confidence interval and they're given the lower limit and the upper limit, and that usually you get from StatCrunch, then X bar is in the middle and your lower limit, in this case 80, is going to be X bar minus the margin of error, and your upper limit is X bar plus the margin of error. Okay, so if you need to figure out X bar, you can just add these together and get 2X bar equals 0. No, sorry, 2X bar plus 0. What am I doing? I know what I mean. All right, ignore that. Don't add them together. I know what I mean. So X bar is actually exactly in the middle. This is easier. Between the lower limit and the upper limit. So if you add them together, and divide by 2, you're going to get X bar. So in this case, it's going to be 80 plus 100 divided by 2 is 180 over 2 is 90. So it's just exactly in the middle. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
And I think that's exactly how I did it.
Okay. And then to find the margin of error, you can just take that X bar and subtract the lower limit. So 90 minus 80 is 10, and that's the margin of error. Another way to do it is to just take your two limits and subtract them, your upper minus your lower is going to give you 2 times the margin of error. So you can say 100 minus 80 is 20, and I'll divide it by 2, and that gives me, oops, ooh, I get a second page. I didn't know that. That gives me 10. Wow, look at that. I didn't know I did that. Okay. Is that making sense, or should I do it all over?
So you could do it either way then. Upper limit minus the lower limit equals 2ME. And then you divide that by 2.
And that gives you the margin of error. So that's another way to do it. The idea is just to understand that the X bar is right smack in the middle, and the margin of error is from here to here or from here to here.
Okay.
Chris, you look confused. Do you want me to do it again? Yeah? Okay. Look at that, a new page. I'm so excited. I didn't know I had that.
And that's not something StatCrunch figures for you. That's something that we have to calculate.
That's something you have to figure yourself, is that when you have the confidence interval, you have an interval of numbers with the lower limit on one side and the upper limit on the other, and X bar is in the middle. So the margin of error is on either side of that X bar, like this. So if we know the lower limit's 80 and the upper limit's 100, to find X bar, it's going to be upper limit plus lower limit over 2. And to find the margin of error, you can do upper limit minus X bar or X bar minus the lower limit. or you can do upper limit minus lower limit over 2, because they're all the same. It's still, you got 2 of them here. So whatever works for you. So in this case, what I would have here is 100 plus 80 over 2 is 90. So that's what my X bar would be. And I could do 100 minus 90 to get 10 for the margin of error, or I can do 90 minus 80 to get 10. Or if I didn't want to find X bar first, I can just do 100 minus 80 over 2, which is also 10. So any of those ways will work to get you that 10. Does that help?
Yes.
Okay, so let me take a picture. Got it. I'm so excited about this whiteboard. It's the little things. All right, other questions?